Welcome to Dr. Jester Rants, and I'm gonna rant about something that makes me a bit mad. Especially because of what they did. Twice. From this. Leyline Press on Twitter. Here is what they say. The all today has come to attention that one of our editors on Salvage Union is currently working on Lamentations of the Flame Princess. That's such a gendered language. And has been involved with other problematic works that have received widespread critique for bigotry and other harmful issues. Well, if it's not quite clear in the first entry of this series of tweets, I think this is pretty much a telltale of what you can expect on how bad this thing is going to be. Yeah. You can expect it is quite questionable. It's going to be painful, isn't it? Well, fine. Let's continue, shall we? Right. We believe that these are highly problematic games by authors and companies whose politics and actions we vehemently disagree with. Oh my god. Oh my god. While we were unaware of this prior to hiring him, it was our responsibility to check the work history of freelancers we work with. Like, totally, oh my god. I think we're reaching a time period in our lives that, or reality in which it's getting segregated by politics. Everything is getting, you're either on our side or you're going to get cancelled. I'm gonna be honest, I don't like when the right does it, but after seeing so many cases of things like this where the left goes out of their way to cancel somebody and then they do them dirty, as you're going to see later on, this thing was, besides the guy being cancelled and smeared by the company, I hated what they did next. The other bit, that's just the pinnacle of absurdity. But meanwhile, I don't like when the right does anything similar, but at the same time, I see it's a necessity to actually do the same thing that the left is doing to us, onto them. Even though I consider myself, a classical liberal. Well, as it turns out, classical liberal right now, it's far right. You know, I still hold the same opinions I held. But 10, 15, 20 years ago, still hold the same opinions. I was considered left-wing. But now, the left has moved so far left, that right now, what? Maybe right-wing. Well, it seems that these people are insane. Haven't they? Oh yeah, wait. That's a rhetorical question. No, they haven't read history. Right, before I continue, let me plug my work.
God's wrath made manifest, and we know no fear.
So, I was checking out what was wrong about the Lamentations of the Flame Princess. So far I haven't found anything worthwhile, just a couple of comments with people complaining that they were libertarians or things like that. So, for the left, as it turns out, those are literally Nazis. Even though Nazis are left-wing ideology. Fascinating, isn't it? This is what we are dealing with here. With people with problematic views of the world. How dare they? Right, let's continue. We're sorry that we did not do so as carefully as we should. We would also like to clear that its editor had no developmental role in Soviet Union. He was hired on a freelance basis purely for proofing and editing. In order to avoid ourselves and other contributors being associated with these damaging politics and actions, we have removed the editor's name from all of the Soviet Union books. We will not be working with them again in the future. We want to apologize to the tabletop community, including our readers and collaborators, for this mistake. We will vet all of contributors more thoroughly in the future. If you have any questions and concerns, please get in touch with us directly. So basically what we're seeing here, the biggest problem here, besides the guy getting cancelled, is this. We have removed the editor's name from all of the Soviet Union books. So you're not removing his work. No. You're not hiring somebody else to do his work again. No. You're just simply removing his name. Is that what you're trying to tell us? Because if you are, this is absurd. This is absurd, and I think it's... I'm not a lawyer. But I think a lawyer can pretty much say that this is illegal. And downright scummy. Holy fuck! Talk about being cancelled. No. It's fine. You can go and get your work, etc. But your name will never appear in our products. So, I went on to check in on what they are all about, and they are pretty shit. They barely have any followers. They are pretty much, I don't know, just an average, tiny company who's, could be, I don't know, not very big. I don't think they could afford doing the shit that they have done here. But anyway, I went on to check their website to see what they're selling, and it must be a hot shit for them to actually pull something like this, because obviously they can afford it, right? Well, as it turns out, the only things they have here that it's this shit here, which I have absolutely no interest whatsoever to even look at. This one looks mildly interesting, like, I mean, mildly. I feel more like it's a cheap copy of MacWarrior. Or Battletech, if you prefer. This, which looks shit, and then there is this. With the only cover that actually looks just very mildly interesting, being this one, The God with No Name. Everything else looks shit. So I went on to check. Well, okay, so maybe they have more stuff. Fine, let's go and check out all products. Container bundle, overcharging there, a UV torch, Andromeda, this and this. Okay, so 3 pages. Oh, who the fuck would purchase this crap? Even the cover is uninviting, to tell you the truth. That's it? Okay, fine. Well, digital edition on name print PDF. Okay, let's check out what it says. You cannot touch their face, cannot touch their hair. Their voices sing, okay, don't care. One vast primordial sea creature, the god with no name, slept and was buried in the salt and silt. So a cheap copy of Cthulhu. Because after all, Lovecraft was problematic. And this company cannot afford problematic people. Anyway, as the dwarves came to mind the South centuries later, so did the unearthed and slumbering giant and the formless shadow child to the void of... Oh, for the love of God. It started with a somewhat interesting concept, fine. A sea creature, fine. But then we started to add words that just feel uninviting. Look. It's shit. I'm not interested in this. It looked mighty interesting, but that's it. Okay, fine, let's go check out the blog, shall we? What else do they have? A mildly interesting game that looks more like a cheap copy of Battletech. And this. Horse Go. We have somebody like this, so pretty much it's a telltale of what this company is all about. They definitely will 100% be on the wrong side of history. Hey, I'm using their vocabulary here. Especially after what they did. At least that's what they are trying to imply in their Twitter. It's not my fault. They wrote that garbage. They should have been clear if they are intending to hire somebody else to redo his entire work. It's not my fault. If you're going to blame someone for the unintentional understanding of the tweet, like I just understood here, blame them, not me. Anyway, so as you can see, the person behind Horse Girl. Horse Girl. Yeah, well, I guess they do tabletop for pretty much everything. Okay, fine. Let's go to the next page, shall we? Just seems the average barely publishing, barely staying afloat because they probably hired or is renting an expensive property in London. Because they are hips, you know? That's it. Let's go page 5. So 2021. Page 6. They are using old images of other stuff. And that's it. Okay, fine. Let's check out the About Us. Leyline Press is a London-based tabletop gaming company. We produce indie tabletop role-playing games and sci-fi fantasy adventure modules for a wide range of systems. These include classic fantasy adventures compatible with the old school essentials and science fiction modules compatible with the mothership of sci-fi horror RPG. The main goal is to release games that will play on running ourselves. I'm pretty sure that I don't know, maybe you guys are into shit games because that werewolf... No. The company was founded in 2021 by two avid game designers and friends, Aled Laylor and Penayotis Lines. Okay. Leyline? Maybe that's where they got the name. The author of Mew-tants and Shadow... Okay, they probably... That explains a lot. And pronouns everywhere. Aled, he, him, Penny, he, they. Using the old old excuse that they think that you can use they in singular form everywhere. That's just really bad grammar. You can only use they in singular in very, very rare and specific cases. You cannot use it everywhere. That's kind of like saying that you can use are everywhere. He are busy. See how that sounds? That's what it sounds like when you say they in a singular form outside of those very specific situations. Ah, fuck me. It's sad, really. It's sad what they are doing. I just really, really kind of hope that they haven't done what they suggested they are doing here to this guy. I hope for the love of fucking God that they actually just dispose his entire work, paid him, dispose his work, because they are not crediting him, and hire somebody else to do his entire work from scratch. I just hope they did that. I really hope they did that. And that I misunderstood the entire tweet. I really, really hope. Because if not, this is very, 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 when I say very, I mean very scummy. And I don't like covering things like this because these companies do not deserve the exposition that they are getting, even though I'm a very small channel with barely any subscribers, but still this is just not nice. Very, as this guy puts it, this is unprofessional as hell on your part. What in the name of God possessed you to do this? If you have a problem with one of your editors, remove them, but don't slander them in public. And don't take his name out if he actually did the work and you are not taking his work out. That's it. And as the other guy here puts it, and waste a chance to virtual signal. He is absolutely correct. Oh, shit, I forgot to switch. Hey! That's exactly what they are doing. They are virtual signaling. These people are far leftists. They are virtual signaling and saying, look at me, guys. Look at me, how virtuous I am for doing this. I'm taking out his name from his work, but I'm keeping it. I'm so silly keeping it, except his name. And look at me, I'm so virtuous. Oh, that's exactly what they're doing. This is just not right, dude, really. If you're going to do this, if you're going to cancel the guy, if you're going to slander him, at least hire somebody else to do his work from scratch. Do you understand? Oh, look at this. This guy thinks something is problematic. See, nobody cares. I don't care he's problematic. I just care that you are... From what I understood on the Twitter, is that he's, one, getting cancelled, two, he's not getting credited for his work. Those are the two things that I care about. If this was one the average, oh my god, I'm gonna cancel somebody, I would have just forgotten about this company and moved on. But, either way, looking at their stock, there's nothing there that interests me. I'll never purchase anything from them in the past. And even if they have something interesting, right now, I'm not going to purchase it from them. Hey, there's Bud Light to look up to, right? Right? Because it could happen. People are not happy with this. Stop virtual signaling. Stop doing these things. And for the love of God, if you're going to do it and be a fucking retard, at least credit the guy. At very least, like, very basic. I mean, it's the lowest of the lowest bar. You couldn't even go lower than this. Not even Mariana Strange lower. But no, you can't even do that one. Motherfuckers. On that goddamn miserable fucking hell, which makes me lose faith in humanity even more. Have a great fucking night.